Okay then, Helldivers, we are back. We've got loads to go over today as our most recent success has now come through and a brand new major order briefing has commenced, including the Star of Peace and the voting procedure that's due to start on Friday. We've got a lot to dive into and a load to go over, so we're going to give you guys all of the information that you guys need to know today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheap for PC and console with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts. And on top of that, make sure that you get involved with that giveaway. We're giving away super credits just before the war bond actually arrives on Tuesday. So if you want to get involved with it, very, very simple. Head down into the comment section and just put an eyes emoji. It's going to enter you into it and we'll announce it on Monday. With that being said, let's dive into the game and see what's happening right now inside of Helldivers. So starting off, we received a success message coming in from Super Earth High Command, and it states that the magma planets are secure. CF scavenger crews have confiscated several gigatons of illicitly mined platinum, and in explorating internal components from sufficiently intact automatons has vastly exceeded the targets. The iridium-infused heat sinks have been reforged, equipping the Star of Peace with maximum density thermal dissipation housing and single-handedly achieving federal recycling goals for the quarter. With this thermal integrity realized, the Star of Peace can deploy its firing solution by pumping gigajoules of energy into the gain medium. Synthesized dark fluid, the station will induce hyper-excited population inversion. These releases a cascade of cohort protons, generating a triumphant high-yield beam optimized for mass freedom dispensation. Additionally, surplus automaton components have been melted down to create premium amenities. These include iridium-plated latrines, novelty beverage goblets, and complimentary viewing glasses to allow all children of the Federation to commemorate and now safely view the Star of Peace's inaugural operation. Thanks to the Helldivers, the Star of Peace nears operational readiness, and like them, it stands ready, poised to deliver Operation Free Space and to ensure every corner of the galaxy can imminently embrace Liberty Light. Now, don't get me twisted, that was just a bunch of very, very big words, but the overall status of it is essentially stating that the Star of Peace is almost ready and Operation Free Space can be delivered. The magma planets obviously ended up getting secured and you guys did the impossible task. And now we've got a free briefing coming up for a brand new major order, which is going to mean that we have a voting that will commence in around 2 days. It states right here that the briefing for it, High Command has ordered the commemorance of the final phase of Operations Free Space. The resources gathered by the Helldivers have enabled the augmentation of the Democracy Space Station with the Star of Peace, a dark fluid-powered high-yield weapon capable of collapsing an entire planet into a black hole, because what could go wrong there? This powerful defense weapon will free the space occupied by enemy-controlled planets, thereby securing the continued prosperity of our citizens. Dark fluid reserves are below recommended levels, but concerns of facility damage and personnel loss cannot be allowed to stand in the way of peace. 3 potential targets have been identified, 1 per faction: Penta, Valmox, and the Hive world Zagon Prime. Despite failures, barely sufficient quantities of dark fluid has been synthesized to fire the Star of Peace 1 time at 1 target. In an exercise of managed democracy, the Helldivers will vote to determine which of these planets to preemptively destroy. Voting will commence in around 48 hours, and it is critical that the chosen planet be accessible to our forces. The Helldivers must ensure that the planet adjacent to the chosen planet is held under Super Earth's control at the time of firing. For too long have the enemies of Super Earth oppressed our citizens with their self-righteous planetary occupation. The time has come to demonstrate the true power of freedom. And now, yes, that was just a load more big words thrown around, but essentially saying that in 2 days' time, we are going to be able to vote for the usage of the Star of Peace. And if we take a look at the Galactic War map, well, then we can see that our new major order is to hold a planet that is adjacent to the planet we want to attack. So right here, we have obviously got Lesaf. This is the one that we want to hold so that we're able to attack Penta with the Star of Peace. Moving into the Illuminate faction, though, we can obviously see that Valmox is just here, and the adjacent planet is a foyer bay, which currently we do hold. With 4 days remaining on the clock, though, we also have a planet over on the Terminids, and that is the Zagon Prime. And we can see right here that Nivell 43 is the adjacent planet to that. We've got 4 days remaining to be able to solidify those options, but it does seem like, so far, a Foyer Bay is the chosen planet. It's a bit of a weird one, and I'm intrigued to see what happens because, well, we're going to take a look at a Coretta Kelly piece right now, which is essentially going to explain it, but with images, if you do.
Greetings, I'm Coretta Kelly. The Star of Peace has completed a successful test fire, collapsing a small moon to the size of a pebble. The defensive station fired a beam of atomized dark fluid into the celestial body, triggering a gravitational collapse. While deployment of dark fluid once created the Meridian black hole, extensive testing has shown the Star of Peace only presents a danger to Super-Earth's enemies. The powerful new technology will be put to use imminently, following a Helldiver-led vote on where to defensively deploy the station. In other news, are inquisitive children more susceptible to Illuminate influence? Studies say yes, they are. That's Liberty's latest. I'm Coretta Kelly.
Now, I don't know about you, but if any of you guys were here back in the day of the TCS, then you will obviously know how it is that the Meridian Black Hole was ever first designed. This was a very, very big part of the storyline, something that was absolutely ginormous, and something says to me that this Star of Peace is going to cause some absolute carnage and chaos, eradicating planets and turning them into micro black holes, essentially. This is not going to be fun, I feel. We're going to see exactly how this one plays out, but hopefully this is something that the Helldivers will all get involved in. As far as new content goes, though, we are still sat on the flat side, which is a little bit weird. We haven't actually received anything at the moment, and hopefully this does change in the future as a voting system for a laser that we can't actually occupy. Although is very, very cool in story narrative, is not really going to change what it is that we're playing against inside of the game. So I'm really hoping that a new something comes to the game at some stage soon. Maybe over the patch update next week. We'll wait and see. I have no idea, but fingers crossed we see something, because I am really itching to get back in and get diving all over again. But we're going to take a look at your top comments, as we have had the announcement for the Redacted Regiment War Bond, which is now finally on its way, and this is going to be coming next week. So I'm extremely excited about that one. If you haven't already seen it, make sure you check out our video. But our top comments on that video are the following. Inferenix states, kind of ironic that the only war bond we've seen coming was the Stealth War Bond. Now that is actually extremely ironic, and if you don't know what that means, well, lucky you. It means that you guys got to see it first time at this point, but it was previously a leaked war bond which was spoke about vastly by a load of different creators over the board, and this was something that was hit by Arrowhead or Sony and were taken down over Twitter. It was taken down over YouTube, but a load of people had already seen this war bond in its full fruition, unfortunately. So we're glad that it's here now. It's just a little bit ironic that the Stealth war bond is the one that we've actually managed to find first. Moving in from that, though, this one right here from Mia states, I can only pray the suppressed weaponry actually works. Now, this is a very, very large comment. At the moment, as far as suppression and as far as actual stealth gameplay, it doesn't actually work in the game properly. Now, I am hoping that there is a patch update on the Tuesday ready for this to actually come in and drop on the 20th, and then the war bond will be here and everything will be good and everyone will be happy. Hopefully there's a patch update on the Tuesday the same way that the war bond drops. I am not going to hold my breath, but I'm really hoping that it does, because it's such a key part to the actual war bond itself, with it being a stealth suppressed war bond. Anywho, moving on from that, we have got this one right here from Davista, who actually states, I hope that we can throw all 6 C4, then hit a resupply for 6 more without needing to detonate the first 6. I want to blow up every automaton fabricator and side objective on the map at the same time. Now, I'll be very, very surprised if that's actually something you can do. I would probably say that the detonator itself will only be able to trigger up to 6 at a time. I don't even know if you can refill it. We've had no information on that one either, so we don't even know if a supply backpack is going to actually work that way. So we'll see how that one plays out, but nonetheless, a very cool war bond indeed, and one of which I cannot wait to get my hands on, coming on January 20th next Tuesday. Overall, though, let me know if you guys are still diving. There's around 50,000 of you guys active right now as I'm literally looking at my screen, and it's actually really, really nice to see. If you haven't already, though, that's unfortunately all we got time for. So hit that like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Don't miss any of the content here on the Cloud Players channel. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate your faces. And as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.